Welcome to John, your daily sports dump, where we plunge into the sports world. We are your sports pipeline for breaking news, game recaps, and the hottest take in the sports industry. While you're taking care of business, let us flush out the details and fill you in on what's happening. So take a seat, get comfortable, and make sure you have plenty of TP. It's time to explode the commode. I'm John, your host, and today we're talking about my reactions to the NFL awards last night, my thoughts on the NBA trade deadline, and finally, my pick for the big game. Okay, guys. First things first, the NFL players keep getting bigger, better, stronger, and faster each year. It's like they're on some sort of diet that needs to be investigated. But you know what's getting worse, guys? The NFL award voting. It's like allowing a toddler to pick the best toilet paper brand. It's just a mess. Okay, guys, let me give you a rundown really fast. Jamar Chase led the NFL in receptions, yards, and receiving touchdowns. That's like being the only person in the office that actually works, and then the lazy coworker gets the Employee of the Month. Guys, now I understand the Offensive Player of the Year. We knew it was going to be Saquon. We knew it was going to be him, but Jamar Chase did not get a single first place vote. Now, I'm not saying Jamar Chase should have won. I knew it was going to be Saquon. That's the ninth time we've seen someone rush for over 2,000 yards. He's gonna obviously get that, and he probably would have broken the record if Sirianni had played him. But the fact that he didn't get a first place vote and they gave it to Derrick Henry, who Derrick Henry had a great year. Don't get me wrong, but was he the best at his position? No. So then, how is he getting a vote over guys like Jamar Chase, who's the best at his position? And the person who got second was this is a perfect segue, was Lamar Jackson, who somehow did not win the MVP, even though let's compare his stats to Josh Allen's stats. Lamar had a better completion percentage, more passing yards, better yards per attempt, more passing touchdowns, a higher quarterback rating, and more rush yards. That's like comparing guys a bidet to a single ply of toilet paper. It's one that is clearly superior. Now, guys, I know. I'm very, very critical, and I've been critical of Lamar during the playoffs, but the MVP is a regular season award. And if we're taking this into consideration, Lamar beat Josh Allen in the regular season, had better stats than him in the regular season, and okay, yes, Josh Allen beat him in the playoffs, but the MVP doesn't take playoff success into consideration, or else Mahomes would be a what? However many times he's been in the playoffs, he would be the MVP that year because of how good he is in the playoffs. So the fact that they gave it to Josh Allen, who, yeah, he had more rushing touchdowns, but he had less attempts than Lamar. So ideally, he would have more yards per attempt, but he didn't. Lamar blew it out of proportion. And the fact that they gave it to Allen just because, okay, yeah, his team was not as great. But I would argue that without Lamar, I don't think the Ravens would be as good as they are. Lamar opens that up. I don't think Derrick Henry would be as good as we saw Derrick Henry. When Derrick Henry had those quarterbacks in Tennessee, he was not this explosive and this good. He was he was different. And this year we saw when he has a dual threat quarterback like Lamar, when combined they almost rushed for 2000 or wait, sorry, I'm doing math really fast, guys. Almost 3,000 yards combined. That's that is that is more valuable to me because in the end, Allen didn't bring his team to the Super Bowl. They always lose to the Chiefs, and they beat Lamar and on a Mark Andrews drop. Now, I'm critical of Lamar. Yes, I think Lamar did not play great in that game, but he played good when it mattered, and Mark Andrews just dropped the ball. Is that Lamar's fault? No. Josh Allen, on the other hand, against the Chiefs, was not crazy good. He didn't turn the ball over, but he didn't throw for a crazy amount of yards. He didn't play amazing. And I just I don't understand how this is a regular season award and you give it to the guy who lost to the the dude who got snubbed. Like you gave it to Allen who lost to Lamar in the playoffs. I don't understand it. Um it makes no sense to me. I don't see how you can do that, and I don't see how Lamar Jackson gets more offensive rookie or offensive player of the year awards or votes than Jamar Chase. It makes no sense because that the offensive player of the year award is basically for the position players because they're not gonna win the MVP, and Lamar got more votes than like, the voting system's all messed up. O'Connell won coach of the year, that's fair, he turned Darnold's career around. Daniels obviously won rookie of the year. Verse, I really like that pick as well, just kinda giving you guys rundowns. Um, but now we can kinda talk, trade deadline. Finally, Jimmy Butler has left the Miami Heat, got traded to the Warriors for Wiggins, and a first round pick. And I honestly think that the Warriors gave up too much. That's like trading a fresh roll of Charmin for a half used gas station napkin. It's not a fair trade, I think. The Warriors got an aging, old, crabby, big baby Jimmy Butler on a team that's going to be mediocre. They're maybe make a plan, maybe win one game, then lose the next one. And the Heat just got a young Andrew Wiggins who we saw was the probably, I think, the X factor for them when they made that finals run in 2022. And I think it was the reason they won the finals. I think, yeah, you have Curry who, is out of this world, but I think without Andrew Wiggins, they couldn't have done that. Then we have Brandon Ingram going to the Raptors, which is confusing. Brandon Ingram is going to a team that's 13th in the East. They're 20 games below 500, but they're still making trades like they're in it to win it. I don't understand it. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But the Lakers, though, guys, they won the trade deadline. You get a top, probably three player in the NBA, and then my thing, I was critical of it. They didn't get a big, and then they got a big. They got Mark Williams, who's basically averaging 15 and 10, and he's 7'2", and he fits the trade or the Lakers so well. It's like walking into a gas station bathroom and actually finding it clean, a rare win. And the Cavs, somehow the second best team in the league, the best team in the East, got better. They got Daniil Hunter, who's averaging 19, shooting almost 40% from three. He's a perfect wing player that they needed. He's a perfect 3-and-D guy that they needed. Um, but the Bulls trade Zach Levine makes no sense, or it doesn't make no. What makes no sense to me is how you trade Levine and then you don't trade Vucevic. I don't understand it. I don't know. Are we trying to tank? Are we trying to? What are we trying to do here? I think we need to tank. This draft class is one of the best draft classes in recent memory, and the top through the middle is a great draft class. And you're not going to do anything. You're not going to act on it if we get another like 13th pick, it's like, what are we doing? Like, and I'm gonna talk about Buzelis now. First game, Levine leaves. Buzelis has 24 and shoots perfect from the field. And I like the Buzelis pick, but in the beginning of the season, he didn't pan out. He was kind of rough to start the season, and Buzelis has been insane. But Buzelis has been really good this year. He's not going to win Rookie of the Year. He's obviously not, but he's been a good surprise, and he brings us hope. Because we have finally a young star to kind of go around. We've been in this weird transition phase with the Bulls where it's you don't have that young player to kind of root for and to kind of get behind because you're bringing in all these older kind of veteran guys to win, and now it looks like they're trying to rebuild, but I don't know. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are the Bulls going to actually rebuild, or are they just going to kind of keep in this mediocrity phase? A lot of my buddies are telling me that it's Reinsdorf, and until he's gone, they're going to be constantly trying to rebuild and all that crap. But let me know what you guys think. All right, guys, enough of the nonsense. It's time to talk about the biggest sporting event in the world, the Super Bowl. Words cannot describe, guys, how excited I am for the game. It's like the feeling when you find an empty stall and you need it the most. Pure relief. And as much as I don't want the Chiefs to win, guys, I kind of do. And I know I've said this before, but it's history, guys. It is history. We have never seen a team three-peat in NFL history, and we are literally an hour of football gameplay away from it. Now, the game's like 3 hours, but 60 minutes on the field of potential history. And as a sports fan, now I don't have to like the Chiefs, but I love sports. So as a sports fan, I love this, and it's really interesting to me. And I this kind of leads me into my take on it. I think I think the Chiefs win. Now, I know that the Eagles can run the ball better than the Bills, and the Bills ran it really well in the second half against the Chiefs, but they're not betting against Mahomes. This man is like a public restroom hand dryer. It doesn't always look flashy, but it gets the job done. I think the Chiefs take the rematch and make history as the first team to ever three-peat in the NFL. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode of The John, your sports dump. We talked NBA trades, what I think about the NFL award voting and how it's broken, and finally, my picks for the Super Bowl. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode, and don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and at least think about me next time you're sitting on the bathroom scrolling aimlessly. On my Instagram, I'll post sports updates and hot takes in real time. And if you're looking for even more sports talk, check out the Sports Syllabus, where my partner and I tackle the hottest topics in college sports and beyond. It's a two-ply discussion, strong, reliable, and always ready for the cleanup, the messiest takes in sports. Join me next time on The John, your daily sports dump, where we'll start my stream engine of sports analysis. Until then, keep your game face on and stay regular. This is The John, signing off.
Don't nobody go in the bathroom for about 35, 45 minutes. Somebody open the window.